this is Ethan here. Thank you for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can install Alpha EA Incubator with the indicator, which is called Alpha on the Incubator. People get these two mistaken all the time. So Alpha is the indicator, Alpha EA Incubator is the EA. So it's a very simple process. Some stuff have changed since the first instruction that I gave in our Telegram channel. I actually posted there. And there are some minor changes, but they are very important to pay attention to, because this is something that we've tested and we've realized that it might work better on certain pairs and it might not work on other pairs. So I already covered that in the first video, but I would like to change some stuff. So the first thing you need to do is to get a VPS. It's very important, guys. Believe it or not, over 90% of our clients' problem for not taking a trade was due to their VPS. And I just recommended them, please get a $20 a month VPS, $30 a month VPS, and if it doesn't work, we just take it back from you. They listened, they went and bought the VPS that we recommended, and it worked. And I mean, everything was set up properly, but the EA was not taking any trade. So we were wondering what the problem was. And I just recommended them to go get this VPS, which is this one, and you can get the link. You can actually get your VPS by clicking the link below this video. I put it below this video. Go check it out. I highly recommend these guys because they're fast. It's really good for fast executions for the EA, and it's very reliable. So a lot of our clients are using these ones. We've realized that all of our EAs, with no exception, work great with this VPS, and I highly recommend you to use that. So I'm going to leave a link below this video, so you can get the basic one and you can just put Alpha EA Incubator on it. It's not a big deal. It's not that much, but it's going to work for sure. So when you get your VPS, guys, you get your credentials and then you just log into your VPS by going to remote desktop connection. You just go here. I mean, this video is for very basic people. I try to cover everything so you know exactly how to use it. And then in computer, you just put the IP address they gave you. Okay, so you just put the IP here. You go to show options. You go to username, which is the administrator usually, or something else. And then you connect, you put the password, and you go to your VPS. You just need to download your MT4, put the files, and then you log into your account. So let's say that I already logged into my VPS. I downloaded my MT4 terminal. I downloaded the files. Everything is ready. The next thing I need to do is to go to File. I go to Open Data folder, and let me just see. Okay, so I just went this way. Okay, and then after that I go to MQL4 here. So experts, I put Alpha EA Incubator right here. And for the indicators, I go to indicator and put it right here. So indicator is the indicator, which is Alpha the Incubator for the indicator. And for experts, it's Alpha EA Incubator. And we usually give you one preset file, which is the low risk preset file. I just need to put it in this folder here, presets. So you have these presets, you have indicators, and you have experts. There's nothing else you need to do. After that, once you're done, just close this, go back up, go to indicators, right click, refresh. Same here, same for expert advisors, refresh. And you see that Alpha EA Incubator pops up here. So we have Alpha in the Incubator, and then we have Alpha EA Incubator here. So we start with installing Alpha in the Incubator, which is the indicator first, and then we install the EA on top of that. So Alpha EA Incubator, just drag and drop on the screen. And okay, this is the important part. That this is the area that we like to change. In the previous video, if you remember, I said that you can use this indicator or the EA. I mean, the EA basically. Indicator can be on anything. On 1 minute time frame, and it can have two negatively correlated pairs. For example, it was Euro USD and USD CHF, or it can be GBP USD and Euro GBP. So if you remember that, we said that they work, and they still work. They still work with no problem, and you can still go for two negatively correlated pairs if you want to on 1 minute time frame. But we've also realized that it doesn't necessarily have to be on 1 minute time frame. It can be on 5 minute time frame, it can be on 15 minute time frame, but nothing higher than that. So between 1 minute time frame and 15 minute time frame is something that we've tested, and it was really good. And also a lot of our clients are reaching out to us and letting us know, hey, I've tested this, check this out. It works really well. And then we start testing and say, okay, it's not bad. So one of them was gold with no other pair. So it was just gold on 15-minute time frame. And I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up, because if there's just a number that you need to change when it comes to gold only, but for the pairs, they're all the same. I mean, I'm going to show you how to do it. But what I'm saying is that you can put it on gold in 15-minute time frame, or you can just go for currencies on 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute time frame. So the only difference is that when you put it on 1 minute time frame, there's going to be more trades, and obviously the drawdown is also higher. Whereas you put it on 15-minute time frame, there's going to be less trades and lower drawdown. So basically, it really depends on the person. There is no one size fits all, because some people are more aggressive, some people are more conservative. But if you want to make like 10% in a month, you can still do it with 15-minute time frame. You just need to increase your lot size, or you put it on 1 minute time frame and you reduce the lot size. So there has to be a standard risk management when it comes to using this system. So, but I'm going to show you how to set it up, because there's just a few numbers you need to change. So in this example, I'm just going to go for GBP USD by itself. So we try to have GBP USD and Euro GBP because, as you know, they're negatively correlated. If GBP USD goes up, then Euro GBP goes down, and that's why we had them. But we noticed that Euro GBP was always in drawdown. Like most of the times, GBP USD was already done, everything closed in profit, but Euro GBP was still floating in drawdown. So we said, okay, we don't have to use GBP USD with Euro GBP, we just use it by itself. So this is what we've experimented that. But we also have another account that have Euro GBP and GBP USD, and they're working well. So that's what I'm saying. It can work, but it's between good and better. That's what I'm trying to say. So for Alpha Incubator, let's say that I want to put it on GBP USD 5 minute time frame, not 1 minute time frame, because I just want to go for GBP USD 5 minute time frame, and I just drag and drop it here. And since I have a white background, let me just press OK. As you can see, the signals are not clear here. So I need to go to the settings again and go to color and change everything to black. So I just need to change these ones to black. I go to common. These two should be enabled. I go to inputs, and half length for pairs, okay, should be 100. Price 6, and bands deviation 3. So 100, 6, 3. This one should be true, which is interpolate. The rest should be false. Okay, the rest should be false for the EA to work properly. 100, 6, 3, true, false, 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 all the way false. For currencies, and also for gold. So if you want to just use the indicator for gold and you want to trade manually, or you want to put it on pairs and trade manually, you can do it. There's no problem with that. So and then I press OK. You see that it's actually changed. Now you can see these signals that it gave us on 5 minute time frame for GBP USD, which is very, very cool. As you can see, it's pretty clean, it's pretty consistent, and we usually target the middle line as our take profit. So for example, if it gives us a signal here, if we take a sell trade here all the way to the middle line, it's 32 pips, a stop loss like 10 pips, and we get out of the market when it reaches the middle line. So that's what we usually do when we want to trade with the indicator only. But this is a setting for gold and pairs, for major pairs. But for US30, we are going to give you a preset file. Okay, we're going to give you a preset file for US30. I mean, I think it's just a couple of numbers change, but not a significant difference. But if you want to trade manually. For the EA, we don't recommend you to put it on US30. It's super, super volatile, and in most cases, it doesn't work properly. US30 preset file is only for manual traders if you want to trade manually. But for the EA, I highly recommend you to just use it on pairs, major pairs, and gold. Okay, that's what I recommend. So let's say I put GBP USD, I put on the indicator, and now I scroll down to Alpha EA Incubator EA here. So before that, guys, I want to share something very, very important with you. Make sure you go to Tools, Options, and then you go to Expert Advisors. Make sure Allow Automated Trading is enabled. I'm not going to enable it now, and the reason is that I don't want the EA to trade this account basically, but this one should be enabled. This one should be enabled. You can also enable these two, but it's not urgent. Like it's not mandatory. I would say not urgent. It's not mandatory, but this one should be enabled. And this one, very, very important. Allow DLL imports has to be enabled, no matter what. So this one, and maybe these two if you want to, but it's not a big deal. And then we press OK. It'll work properly. So let's say that I want to install Alpha EA Incubator, and then I go to Common. I double check everything. Allow DLL imports, allow import of external experts, and allow live trading. So this one should be on, this one should be on, this one should be on, and then I go to inputs. So for inputs, we give you one preset file for whatever you want to use, whether it's gold or major pairs. There's only one preset file for the EA, okay? And you just to load it, let me just go to this section. Okay, so that's the preset file we give you, Alpha EA low risk preset for 100K. So this is a default setting for 100K, but according to this one, you can change it to whatever you want. So the only thing you need to change is the lot size, no other settings. But let's say that I just want to go for this one, and you see that it automatically turns to 0.2. 0.2 is very, very small, guys. For major pairs, we put it at 1. So for every 100K, we usually put this one at 1, and if you want to make 10% with this, it probably takes around 20 days or something. This is what we've experimented when we were trading Euro USD and USD CHF. We put Euro USD at 1 and USD CHF at 0.8, and it took us like 20 days to make 10%. But if you want to just go for GBP USD by itself, then you can slightly increase the lot size, and when the maximum drawdown gets to 3%, then I highly recommend you to close everything, because when it reaches 3%, it means that there's a high chance that it reaches 5%, so you don't want to lose the challenge. So, but since you're only using one pair, even one for 100K is kind of low risk, and I'm not even sure that it reaches 1% unless it's NFP or something crazy happens. But on a regular day, nothing's gonna happen. So one for 100K, or if you just use one pair, 1.5 can be also good. But other than that, you don't really have to. Even 1.5 for one pair is good for 100K. It's very, very important. And then you scroll down, you make sure that martingale exponent is at 1.3. This one should be 605, 2020. Okay, so if you want to use gold on 15-minute time frame, you upload the preset file, okay, and for gold only, you change these numbers from 20 to 30, okay? If I want to use gold, if it's major pairs, 20, 20, default. I don't change anything else. I just upload the preset file and I change the lot size and I'm done. Okay, that's very important. But if you want to use gold, you upload the preset file, you scroll down, you change this to 30, and then you just move on. So 106.3 is very important. This number, 106.3, should be a complete match with the indicator. So 106.3 for the indicator, and then the EA again, I drag and drop it. I go to common, this one should be enabled, this one should be enabled, this one should be enabled, inputs, and I go to load, and I go to Alpha EA low risk preset for 100K. See, that's 0.2 now. I go for probably 1.4 or something, 1 to 1.5. And then I scroll down. This one is 2020 because it's GBP/USD, not gold. 106.3. It's a match with indicator, and I'm done. So okay, guys, for this one, EA Magic and EA Comment. If you want to change EA Comment, feel free to do that. But don't try to change EA Magic, because we've tried to do it. Some clients have tried to do it, and the EA stopped working for some reason when they changed the magic number. But you can still change the comments, because if you want to use it on a prop firm account or prop firm challenge, even if the comment is different, that's totally fine, because they know that your EA is different than others. So we didn't have any problem with EA comments because most of the platforms started to be more strict about EAs, and they want to make sure that this is your own EA. And what they do is that they ask you to change the comments to certain names that they want you to change. So you can easily do that. You go to the settings, you go to the comments, you change the comments. So the rest of the things are totally fine, guys. And as I said, the only thing you need to do is just click OK. Okay, so I don't know why it just gave me that error, but anyways, it works. When we give you the license for... Yeah, I was saying, when we give you the license, it will work. I don't know why, but it's probably not registered on this account, but you should see that. So that smiley icon should pop up on the corner. It should be a smiley. If it's not, then it means that auto trading is off. Try to turn it on. Go to tools, make sure you go to allow automated trading is enabled. These two are enabled, and this one is enabled as well. You click OK, and then it just works. So I just want to give you as many tips as possible in this one video, guys, because I know that it's going to answer a lot of your questions. A lot of you might have other questions. Feel free to ask us. Feel free to contact our support team. They'll get back to you as soon as possible. But that's basically how it works. Very simple, as you can see, guys. It's not a rocket science. You just need to know what pairs and what lot size to go for. That's it. And very important, before NFP or even FOMC, try to turn off the EA. So these are two important events that we are really careful about. NFP, FOMC. And this week, I don't know when you're watching this video, but this week we have NFP on Friday. So we are going to turn off the EA on Thursday, even if we have trades in drawdown. People, when they're down 1%, they freak out. But when it gets closer to NFP, on, which is Friday, then they experience 3%, 4% drawdown. And that's when they regret that, oh God, I mean, why didn't I close everything when it was at 1% drawdown? So I'm telling you, close everything before the high impact news, before the market goes crazy, so your account is protected. So we don't really go for like CPI. We never turn it off before CPI, but if the market goes crazy, we'll do it. But we don't close anything until the drawdown gets too high. You know what I mean? Until the drawdown gets too high. If it gets to 3%, we close everything. If you're trying to pass a platform challenge, because it's very, very sensitive, but if it's a personal account, we don't care, because 5% for a personal account is nothing. So, but for platforms, we are more careful, and 3% is our threshold. But some people say, okay, I can go for 4%, not a big deal. You know, it's totally up to you. 3.5%. We go for 3%. When it reaches 3%, then we close everything, we turn off the EA, and we turn it back on the next day or a week after, depending on the day we closed the trades and turn off the EA. So that's basically how it works, guys. If you have any question, let us know, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Let's get it.